Hello, greetings from Eastern Europe. My name is ColdBearHD and this time I will talk about games like Alien Isolation. Those games are dark, scary and usually will leave you weaponless against terrible monsters. Let's begin, and if you need, please feel free to turn on the subtitles. Soma. An abandoned, isolated underwater facility full of scary things where you must find a way out, or even deeper in. You don't know, that's the joy! It's really hard to talk about Soma without spoiling the story, but the plot is really original, and not only brightens up your imagination about the future, but also raises philosophical questions like what makes us human, what life is, what exactly defines existence in general, and why is vodka so cheap in Lidl? Okay, maybe not the last one, but all in all, this is one of the best scary story games I ever played. Amnesia, The Dark Descent. You probably have heard about this one, cause it already became a classic of this genre. In Amnesia, The Dark Descent, you wake up in a medieval castle full of secrets and monsters. You have to go deeper and deeper into the dungeon and stay sane, not only in the real life, cause the game is really scary, but also in gameplay, because sanity is basically your health here. If you stay too long in the darkness, without any light, you start to suffer symptoms of madness, and later you die. And if you encounter a monster, you must hide in the darkest place possible. Comrade, you just said the darkness will kill you. Yeah, that's the thing. Darkness will kill you and monsters will kill you too. Best thing is that you can't look at the monsters. If you look at them, they will see you and they will definitely kill you. So if you think that monster is behind you, you better do not turn and look. That's what is making this game really scary. Alien Isolation drew a lot of its mechanics from this game, so this might be a perfect game for you. Tartarus. This is an indie game with all the indie game problems. In example, there are few characters in this game, and it seems that they are all voiced by the same dude. Don't get me wrong, that dude is really good, though sometimes you can hear similar notes in those voices. Also, some textures have low resolution, and some puzzles are too easy, so you can get no satisfaction from solving them. And some of the players are not satisfied with an ending. But the game has that Alien Isolation feeling. Here you have to restart, mining and research vessel Tartarus, which is slowly crashing into Neptune. While doing that, you might encounter something alienish, so atmosphere is great and story is also great. Game has mixed reviews on Steam because of the problems I mentioned before, so put it in your list and wait for a sale. Amnesia, The Machine for Pigs. This is another game in Amnesia series, not as famous as The Dark Descent and arguably not as good, but it is definitely a great game. Though it's a short one, it will take about 3 hours to beat, but you probably will enjoy the story anyway, if you like to read. Because you will have to read a lot of different documents in order to understand the story. Some say that this game is less scary than The Dark Descent, but if you are easily frightened, this game will raise the horror inside you no matter what others think. It's like when someone says to me, "Hey, look at this cute spider," and I'm like, "Where?" "Oh, don't worry, it's on your shoulder." And then you would see how I perform the weirdest epileptic seizure-inspired dance. So it's the same with The Machine for Pigs. If you are easily scared, the game will definitely scare you. Do I recommend buying it? Well, yes, when it's on a sale. Layers of Fear. Here you will assume a role of a painter who is trying to finish his masterpiece, but as he begins to paint, he starts having hallucinations, and so it begins. The game is grounded on problems we usually have in Eastern Europe, like loneliness, alcoholism, and divorce. Or divorce because of your alcoholism, or because you had no alcoholism, but your alcoholic wife slept with Oleg from work, and with Dariush, and with Gintaras, and with plumber Roman, who never fixed your leaking pipes, by the way. He just leaked his pipe into your wife, so you have a kid now, which is not even your kid. She slept with all of them while being drunk, and then she divorced you, and left to India with a handsome Indian guy, and now it's you who have alcoholism. Also, you are paying her alimonies for the kid, who is not even your kid, but you don't know that. Okay, maybe I created this story which is not related to this game, but if exactly that happened to you, you will find this game very, very entertaining. But if you are playing this game for a true scary horror experience, then you will be a bit disappointed. Game has a few scary elements, especially jump scares, and the atmosphere of unknown is shimmering in the air, but overall game is more of a storyteller rather than a horror game. But it has beautiful visuals and amazing soundtrack, so give it a try. Routine. This game is different from all the others in this list, and that's because it may be never released. Comrade, so why are you talking about it? Have you drunk too much vodka already? No, there is no such thing as too much vodka. I'm talking about it because while making this list I found a footage of this gameplay and I was truly amazed. Dark and scary spaceship left me breathless. And at the end of this video I saw the release date. It was March of 2017. Sadly, that's a year and a half ago, and game was not released. I went to the developer's site and found an article where they apologized for not releasing a game on time, and then they went silent, like completely silent. That apology was the last thing that happened to that official site of theirs. No news from that point whatsoever. So I searched for an information elsewhere and found out that developer had some personal issues, probably with that alcoholic wife and plumber Roman. And he stated that routine is still in development, and yeah, that's it, don't get your hopes up. So, when and if this game will be ever released, you will be first to know, I promise. Penumbra. Penumbra Overture is one of the first games developed by Frictional Games, the same studio that created Amnesia. Launched in 2006 as a free demo, due to a very low budget, Penumbra Overture became a hit afterwards. Although they released some more episodes from Penumbra series later, I think that the first one is still the best one. Its spooky settings and dark tone gets under your skin from the first minutes of the game. Here you will search for your presumably dead father who wrote a letter to you. Maybe he's not so dead after all. So you take some canned sproty because you want to be strong, several bottles of vodka, and travel to Greenland to begin your search. Game's engine is outdated and graphics are quite lame, but you will not notice that while playing because Penumbra is really immersive and has a great story. Dead Space. Alright, here you are not some defenseless schmuck like in the other games I mentioned. Here you can fight. Holy guacamole, you can do that in style. Here you are quite powerful, probably the most dangerous thing in this space station overrun by necromorphs. Game is scary. Really scary at first, but later when you start getting used of numerous attacks from above, from below, from vents, from everywhere to be exact, then you get into this routine and game is not that scary anymore. It has alien isolation feeling, just instead of scaring xenomorph with a flamethrower, you can shoot the brains out of every necromorph you encounter. If you never played Dead Space series, you just have to. Those games are great. System Shock. I'm talking about System Shock's remake in Unreal Engine that is being in development by Night Dive Studios. A year ago they announced that they are making a remake of old System Shock 1 and they are faithful to their task. They tend to update on the progress and live stream the creation process. According to Night Dive Studios, game will be released this year. Like in Alien Isolation, here is everything about survival on spacecraft, where your crew turned into a bunch of mutated monstrosities. Actually, that whole thing is reminding me of androids in Nostromo. I really look forward to this game because I never played the original System Shock, and now it's a bit hard to get used to those old school graphics. Anyway, according to players, it was one of the greatest games and it will be reborn again. Outlast. This first-person horror game became a classic soon after the release. Here you are no fighter. If you encounter a horror, you have only 3 options: run or hide or die. This definitely is one of the scariest games I ever played. It has a good story, nice ending, and more jump scares than you can possibly imagine. If you have a weak heart, like I do, it would be even more fun. Second part, Outlast 2, is also great, but it is set in totally different place. While in the first Outlast you explore terrifying asylum, in second part your helicopter crashes near village full of crazy people. Sometimes I think that this game is an Eastern Europe after 10 PM simulator. Monstrum. Monstrum takes the traditional survival horror formula and remixes it completely with procedurally generated levels, permadeath, and AI-driven predators, ensuring that nowhere on this derelict cargo ship is ever truly safe. Yes, you are on a ship, real ship, not spaceship, and here you are not alone. If you get killed, that's it. You have to start the game again and escape from different monster in another ship. Most people are saying that the game is really scary. Some say that they have even fainted. That is really cool. So that means that you have to have a big balls to play this game.
I've got big balls. I've got big balls. They're such big balls, and they're fancy big balls. And he's got big balls, and she's got big balls. But we've got the biggest balls of them all.
So, as you can see, game is really fun. Give it a try. Let's see how long you can survive. That's it. Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing for more epic lists. You can also become my patron on Patreon so I could buy more vodka and sell to your hearing. You will find the link below. Have a great day, my friend. Bye.